This is so weird for me. This is my first ever sit down in front of a camera video, and it's probably going to be very awkward. But I decided I wanted to do a pregnancy vlog, more so for myself, so I can rewatch all of these videos, and it's crazy. Today I'm 5 weeks. It doesn't seem real. I know a lot of people say that it doesn't seem real until you go to your first ultrasound. You're like, oh yeah, there's a little baby in there. I put together a whole bunch of things that I'm going to talk about, basically how long we've been trying and symptoms and how I found out. So I guess I'll kind of start with how long we've been trying. Me and Brian got married last year, July 23rd, which is 2 days away actually, and we decided to wait a little bit until we started trying. Our honeymoon was to Jamaica in December, so we decided that we were going to start trying after the honeymoon, so we can really enjoy it. And there's a whole bunch of different reasons why we decided to wait. So basically when we came back from the honeymoon, we started trying. I did conceive in December, so I conceived around I think it was around Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. Obviously I'm not like 6 months pregnant, so I did have a very early miscarriage at about 5 weeks, so about what I am right now. I'm not gonna get into too much about that. It was a very hard time. It's the hardest thing I've ever went through. I wish it upon no one. It's scary because I think miscarriages happens a lot more than what people realize. And I went through a really rough time, but again, I'm not going to really get into too much about that. Yeah, so after I miscarried in January, I thought we were trying the next month after, but according to Byron, we kind of weren't, because I was just so emotionally not in the right space to be trying. So I guess we weren't really trying. So we didn't. February and March was kind of like, I don't even know, a daze. But March came and I realized, okay, I really need to deal with this. We're gonna stop trying, and I need to sort this out and heal emotionally and my body. It actually, like, even though I miscarried at only 5 weeks, and I know some people don't even consider, like, some people consider that a chemical pregnancy or something. I don't even know, but to me, it was a miscarriage. I was pregnant. I took like 5 pregnancy tests, and it's still, you're still in that disbelief, like, am I really pregnant? But when that happens, yeah, it's really hard to even talk about. But even for 5 weeks, it took my body so long to get back to normal. I think it was May. May was when my body was 100% back to normal. We were only going to take a month break because February, March is kind of like a, I don't even know what that was, but so March I was going to take a month to deal with all these like mixed emotions and all this undealt with stuff, if that even makes sense. Yeah, so I wanted to take, well, I guess April. So I was gonna take April to heal and just not be trying. So April went by, we went home in May, and I decided, you know what, I want to take another month just to, you know, be with myself. I wasn't ready to try again, basically. So that was fine. We took May. And then June came by, which was when we were going to start trying again. And we did try in June, but I wasn't 100% ready. I don't know what it was. There was a lot of things. I think I was kind of stressed that month with my job. Anyways, I'm getting ahead of myself. So June, we did start trying again, and my periods were all back to normal, except for June. Okay. Just when you think you know your body and you're back on track, bam, it like hits you like a train. So usually I have a normal, pretty standard 5-day period. June, I spotted 4 days before my period. I had a 3-day period and I spotted 5 days after my period. Like, what? That's just not, I've never seen that before. But I honestly believe it was because I was so stressed that month and I wasn't 100% ready. So then July came by. Actually, my period kind of lines up in the middle of the month, so it's kind of like June, July. So June, July, I was like, okay, I feel like I'm 100% ready. I'm ready to settle down. I'm ready to really start trying. And I was 100% ready. Well, as ready as you can be to have a baby, I guess. And I conceived this month. I kind of know my cycle. I kind of know when I ovulate. I think I ovulated around, I think it was around the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, or 4th. I know that's a huge window, but it was somewhere around there. I kind of knew when my fertile week was. So I guess now I'll get into symptoms. Right from the get-go, by the way, this is probably going to be a TMI video. I'm not really shy when it comes to things about this, so just to be warned. So right after ovulation, so like I said, I ovulated somewhere around the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, or 4th, somewhere around there. But right away, my nipples got really sensitive. Like, they started to hurt, and that is not, I never ever had sore boobs for my periods. This just wasn't a symptom for me. So right from the get-go, I knew like, oh, something's off. There was one day I had really bad back aches and cramps, and I thought for sure that was a sign that my period was coming, because it was pretty, because it was pretty strong. And then there was a few days in that week that I was super emotional. Like, I remember I was working and I would go from super happy, like, yeah, this is gonna be our month, like, yeah, I know it, and to an all-time low, like, what if there's something wrong with me? And I know that sounds crazy, but when you're trying for a baby, things, like, you go crazy. I had a low appetite too. I'm not a huge eater, but like, I just wasn't interested in much of anything, to be honest. So week 3, again, I had a low appetite. I was pretty emotional. I started bloating a little bit. I still had some nipple sensitivity, some cramps. Oh, and that week, most girls, after you ovulate, you kind of dry out when it comes to your period. But for me, and I do too, but this month I had a lot of like watery, like, school glue is what they call it, CM or CF, whatever you want to call it. So that was really different for me, and that is a really good way to track your fertility too, which is what I used a lot. I got my first positive on Saturday, June the 15th, which was 4 weeks and 1 day, the day before my period was supposed to start. And again, when you're trying for a baby, you become a whole different kind of crazy. So the 2-week wait is the worst 2 weeks of your life, for most girls. I mean, there are those calm girls who just like to wait, and yeah, I'm not one of those girls. So I took a test the day before my period was supposed to start, and it was a positive, and I just got so overwhelmed with emotion. I cried. I was so happy, but I was also terrified. Like, pregnancy, I'm so excited for this new chapter in my life, but it also really scares me. Like, the whole, don't get me wrong, like, I'm super excited and I'm super happy, but pregnancy is scary. Like, having a kid is scary. It's been me and Byron for so long, and it's just been the two of us, and I know that we're ready and we're going to be awesome parents, but it's obviously there's going to be so many changes, and we're ready for that, but again, it's scary. So I was still working at that point. So I waited a couple days for my days off to take the next test, and it was a digital test, and I'm so sad because now it used to say yes, but now it's blank and it says nothing. But anyways, I took a digital and it came up yes, and it was just, I don't even know how to describe it. But yeah, so that was, I took the second one on Monday at 4 weeks and 3 days and got my yes. So I was planning on telling Byron that day, but I didn't. I ended up waiting till the next day, and I was going to film it, but I never, because I was so nervous. I don't even know. I did film the first time in January when I told him, and it was super cool. It was really nice. Maybe I'll share that. I might even make a video on my whole miscarriage situation, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, maybe I'll share the video where I told him. It's not a very good video, but it's something. But yeah, I didn't record this time, and when I did tell him, he's like, oh, like, he was so excited, but he's like, oh, you didn't like plan anything? Because I'm the type of person, I like to like surprise and like do little cool things, but I didn't. I was so nervous. And there was a part of me, I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna be real with you guys, there was a part of me that wanted to wait to make sure that the miscarriage wasn't gonna happen again, because I felt so guilty about telling. Because I did tell a few people the first time. I told a couple friends. I didn't tell my parents or anything, and I haven't told my parents yet about this time. But I felt so guilty about telling him, because then I had to drag him into that and blah blah blah. It was just, it was messy. So I waited till the next day, and I think I told him like in bed. Yeah, it was nothing crazy. Week 4 symptoms, so this is after my positive, and I know that I'm pregnant. So again, I have the low appetite, very like uninterested in doing anything, which is not like me at all. I'm usually like, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to go here, I want to do that, but I just been wanting to chill on the couch. Yeah, sad to say, but I've had naps every day, and I don't nap. I'm not a person who naps, but I napped every day, and not just like little cat naps. I'm talking like minimum 2-hour naps. One day it was even a 5-hour nap, and it's crazy because I'll wake up. I've been waking up pretty early, probably because of all the sleep I'm getting, but I'll wake up super early, and then I'll nap in the afternoon for like 3-4 hours. One day it was like 5 hours, and then I'll sleep all night, and it doesn't bother me, which is crazy. That's crazy. So yeah, very fatigued, no energy. I nap every day. Oh, one day, I think it was a couple of days ago, I had pretty period-like cramps. It was, oh, I mean, I have really bad period cramps, like really bad period cramps. It wasn't so bad as that, but it was definitely like mild period cramps for me. My boobs have been so tender, like they're very delicate right now. They were a bit tender like the last couple weeks, but the last few days they've been pretty tender. My skin is starting to clear up, which is awesome. You know what, I think that's all about it for the symptoms. My first appointment is next Tuesday, I believe, so like in 4 or 5 days, and basically that's an appointment to go get blood work done to confirm I'm pregnant. So I did take all my measurements pre-pregnancy. So my weight, my weight fluctuates a lot. So I'm usually in between 125 to 130 pounds of pure muscle. Currently I'm sitting at about 127 pounds. And I did take my like waist measurements. I will tell you right now my waist is at 25.5 inches. Yeah, so I guess that's about it. Obviously I'm not going to post this video until I'm probably out of the first trimester, so probably late September Oh, my due date, I'm using the Ovia app right now. And according to this app, my estimated due date is March 23rd. 35 weeks to go. We do have a trip to Vegas coming up in September for our 1-year anniversary. Our anniversary is in a couple of days, but we're not taking the trip till September, which is Barnes' birthday actually, so that's gonna be fun. I hope I don't get sick. I hope the morning sickness stays away. I'm feeling pretty good, obviously, other than really tired. I guess I could show you a little pre-pregnancy look. Obviously, I'm not showing or anything yet, just a lot of bloating. Okay, so this is what I look like at 5 weeks. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in a couple weeks.